That's it. The reason the culprit stuck the katana into the effigy was so that it would hit the sliding lock as the effigy spun.
Effigy spun?
That's right. If you spun the effigy, the rope it was hanging from would twist. Then, if you let it go, the rope would unwind and the effigy would spin the other way. And of course, the katana would spin with it.
I see. So the culprit used the katana's counterspin to push the lock into place? The culprit simply needed to spin the effigy's rope, and then swiftly leave. This would cause the spinning katana to hit the sliding lock. And thus was the back door of an empty classroom locked from the inside.
Yes, that's how Angie's lab was locked.
It's actually brilliant when you think about it. How do we create a locked room scenario? Well, find some way to cheese the lock system.
By using the effigy with the katana.
A plan born from the heart of a sword traveling through the air to intercept us! Oh, but could it have moved the slide lock so easily?
Actually, I have an answer for that.
The sliding lock was pretty loose. A little push could move it. As long as the spinning katana hit the lock, it would have slid into position.
Even if the culprit failed the first couple times, they could keep trying until it locked.
Which is why the culprit chose to strike at nighttime, as to avoid detection.
Yes, since the student council prohibited anyone from walking around at nighttime.
Are you saying it's the student council's fault?
I didn't say that.
In any case, the culprit probably used the murder weapon for this trick. It had to have been the right length to hit the sliding lock from the effigy.
The culprit couldn't find a blade long enough in my lab, so they settled for the katana.
The other effigies were only hung up so we'd think it was some kind of ceremony. That way, we wouldn't notice the lock trick.
But Kokichi did say earlier that he could have picked the lock closed. I don't want to completely ignore that possibility. But I can't imagine the culprit would have done all this just for a distraction.
If that's the case, then Kokichi's confession earlier was actually...
Seriously? You fucking lied again?
What did you expect?
Cough it up, Kokichi! Oh, man. You guys got me. Okay, I'm not the culprit.
You're telling the truth this time, right?
I want to say I'm lying, but I'm not.
Why did you say you were the culprit?
I wanted to lure the culprit out. If I claimed to be the culprit, then the real culprit would agree as well. You get me? And if they pressured me to confess, then that would have looked mighty suspicious.
Ooh. Interesting, Kokichi. I like that.
Sheesh. Darn it. It didn't go my way because Shuichi butted in on my plan.
You and your fucking lies! Go sit in the corner and play with yourself!
Oh, Kokichi, if you wouldn't mind getting back at her with that.
Okay, I'll start right now.
Alright, so who's the asshole who set up this locked room mystery?
Ryu, I can't hold it up anymore.
Can you please help him out with that? Give him the set of glasses you gave me.
What's the matter? You going soft on me now?
Is this really the conversation we're having right now?
Who made the locked room mystery doesn't matter since anyone could have done it. Don't you even understand something as basic as that, you filthy cum dumpster?
Holy shit! I thought I was the only one that used that insult. Damn!
Come, dumpster!
Yes. Wendy, we need you to say the line, "Cum dumpster," but say it as if you really liked it when it was said to you, but you were also really shook about it. Thank you.
Finally! Someone finally called me a cum dumpster!
She was actually wanting that? That normally denotes that you're a whore, Mew. You don't want to be a cum dumpster.
What should we talk about now?
I was more interested in calling Mew a whore again, but we should probably get back to the matter at hand.
We must focus not on the locked room, but on who entered Angie's lab. Only one of the student council members or Kokichi could have gained entry. Therefore, the culprit must be among their number.
That leaves us with 4 suspects. Tsumugi, Gonta, Kibo, and Kokichi.
Don't forget Himiko. She's also a part of the student council. Doesn't matter if she was besties with Angie, she's still a suspect.
That contradicts what you said earlier, which I can prove using my recording function.
It's fine. That's just a waste of time.
Me? A suspect? I never kill Angie!
So, calling all suspects, what should we discuss next? I want to hear everyone's opinion. What would you say to get yourself off the suspect list?
Why are you trying to lead the debate? You're a suspect too.
Silence, outsider! Only the suspect rangers are allowed to speak.
Suspect rangers?
I agree. Those under suspicion should explain themselves thoroughly.
We might catch them with their pants down!
Anyway, I want to ask the suspect rangers. What should we talk about? What should we say to get ourselves off the suspect list?
I love Kokichi's line of thinking. Let's ask other possible murder suspects, how do I get out of this?
Well, guys, I want to hear what you think.
That's sort of a difficult question, you know?
Gonta not smart enough to know answer to that.
Yes, it is difficult to formulate a logical response to that question.
Not articulate with words, huh? Don't you guys want to prove your innocence?
They don't trust you one bit, and I don't blame them. You're probably plotting.
Why did Tenko have to die?
Huh?
I want to know what happened to Angie too, but... Can we talk about Tenko's case now and not just Angie?
I got you exactly where I wanted, Himiko.
What do you mean?
The 2 victims could have been killed by 2 separate murderers, you know. So we need to find the first Blackened responsible for the first victim. We've got to figure out who killed Angie. Until we solve Angie's case, Tenko's case is meaningless. Did you suggest that to waste our time?
It's not meaningless!
There we go. I was wondering when this was gonna happen. It was bound to happen.
Tenko's death was meaningless? How dare you! Poor Tenko! How could you do this to her? Himiko...
Seems like that reconciliation was very heartfelt.
Himiko, stop it with your crappy lies.
Lies?
Everything you said is total BS. You didn't give 2 shits about Tenko when she was alive. But now you're like, oh no, poor Tenko, after she's dead. Come on, really?
Kokichi, enough!
No. It's okay. It's no surprise he'd think that.
I know I ignored Tenko before. That's why I'm so upset now. I should have faced Tenko. Worked things out with her while she was still alive. But now, it's too late. I can't complain to her or thank her. It's too late.
Yeah, seriously! It's way too late to realize that now. Our only option is to face her death head on.
Yeah. Face her death?
Himiko, I understand what you're going through. So I'm gonna help you out. Let's work together to find the truth. I'm not gonna let anyone say her death didn't matter.
You know, I was about to slap Kaito across the face. Really? You're not gonna give her a chance for mourning? But now I see what you're doing. And also, that was a really good moment for Himiko. 5 stars.
Kaito!
There we go, good guy Kaito, coming in at the last minute.
Alright. I'll put a silencing curse on whoever calls Tenko's death meaningless.
I like to think she's just gonna, like, wave her hand in front of Kokichi and go, shun.
The name of the curse is... Death Curse! I suppose being dead would silence someone pretty good.
Listen up! All you guys are gonna help out too. Abandoning someone who died and only thinking about your own survival. That's just as bad as a hit and run! I won't forgive something so messed up!
Tenko was our friend. Gonta wanna know why she died too!
I already told you that's so unnecessary. We're getting sidetracked here.
No, even if it was a different culprit, we need to know how Tenko died. If we don't find out who killed her, we won't be able to work together. Not now, not ever. Even if this trial isn't for her, in order for us to survive, we need to get to the bottom of Tenko's death.
And who knows, maybe it'll shed some light on details we missed.
Not just to survive this trial, but so we can keep going and live on!
Finally, you noticed. Jeez, you're so slow.
Huh? Did Kokichi want us to notice?
Don't listen to his crap. We haven't decided whether there were 2 different culprits yet.
Let us talk about Tenko's case then. Perhaps that will provide us a clue.
Yeah, maybe.
Somebody's playing the game. And they're currently winning.
So what do we talk about first?
For now, let's see if we can narrow down the list of suspects.
Tencrotch probably got killed during the seance, so everyone there's suspicious.
Tencrotch!
People who attended the seance. Well, that is us 4. Kyo, myself, Himiko, and Kokichi. We were all there.
That's it! It was me, Kyo, Himiko, and Kokichi.
So those 4 are the culprits!
Oh, Himiko's still culprit?
Possible.
Well, that's probably just a coinkydink. The most suspicious out of the 4 is really... Kyo. He suggested the whole seance idea.
Kokichi, did we finally come to an understanding?
True, I may have suggested it, but I explained the procedure beforehand, yes?
Yes. Go on.
If we all knew of it before the murder, then we are all equally suspicious.
Well, I suppose, but...
In addition, the seance wasn't entirely in my control either. I was not the one who selected the room we performed it in. It was Himiko.
Alright, we're casting suspicion again. See, this is what I was hoping for. I knew there would be pointing fingers everywhere. And yes, I did catch this detail. Himiko specifically selected the middle room. The middle room is always best for stuff like this, huh? Interesting. Kyo, you're not out of the hotbox yet, but I like where this is going.
Oh, right.
Also, we should not limit our suspects to only those who participated in the seance. The empty room had a point of entry from outside, you see.
Oh, right. Yeah, I know what he's talking about. He's talking about right here, hopefully? How did the culprit get in from outside? Yeah, it should be here. Yeah.
There!
Oh, thank God.
You're talking about under the floor, right?
Huh? Under the floor?
Yes, there's a crawl space under the floor a person could move through. There was also a hole that connected it to the neighboring room.
If the culprit used the hole, they could have entered and exited the seance room.
If we consider that possibility, then there is another suspect.
Another suspect? Who?
It's appearing before me. Oh, I can see it clearly. The true identity of Tenko's killer.
Oh dear. Do I hear another non-stop debate in my very close future? Let's find out.
The culprit sneaked in during the seance by crawling under the floor.
But it was pitch black during the seance. How could they even see if they were under the floor?
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, our villain had a light.
Light? You mean candle?
I mean, Kibo's flashlight function. Huh? Now, hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor and sneak into the empty room during the seance!
I said hold on a second!
He used his robot functions to commit the murders.
Hold on a second!
Ooh, so we're throwing Kibo under the bus. Yeah, you could have a light down there. Except for the fact that when that place was pitch black, a light would show up immediately. Those floorboards are absolutely terrible. Kyo, I have to poke a hole in this, because if you said they had a light, well, that's damn near impossible. We would have noticed.
You see,
so sorry. Got it.
That's wrong! I don't think the culprit could have used a light while under the floor. There was a hole in the corner of the room. If a light were used, it would have leaked through and we would have seen it.
Hey, we got a back door to deal with. Isn't that grand?
the culprit sneaked in during the seance.
And you know what? I don't know how to feel about this one. But maybe we could lie about this. I actually don't know what this lie could possibly be.
Because it wasn't.
But hopefully somebody doesn't call us out.
You see, our villain had a light.
Oh, there's something weirder than that. Oh, not that one.
Kibo's flashlight function. Huh? Now, hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor.
There we go.
I'll reveal the truth.
Good luck, Shuichi.
Mew, you gave Kibo his flashlight function, correct? Did you not notice?
I didn't notice what?
Oh, God. Shuichi! Never mind, keep going.
The drawback of the flashlight function that you added. It's so bright, even Kibo can't see when it's turned on.
Shuichi! If Kibo calls your ass out, it's over!
I see. That bright, huh?
Thankfully, Mew's kind of an idiot.
Wait, what? There's no way a genius like me would make that kind of rookie mistake!
But you make mistakes a lot. A whole lot.
Hey! If you're gonna fuck me in front of everyone, at least buy me dinner first!
Oh, she actually admitted it.
If he can't see, it doesn't matter how bright the area is. He couldn't move like that. So Kibo couldn't have been underneath the floor.
Is that true, Kibo? Is what Shuichi said true?
Okay, moment of truth. If we were actually able to call this, that means we knew Mew would make a mistake, and we know something about Kibo that we just bullshitted about. Oh my god, Shuichi, you're a mastermind. Or at least bullshit with me. Admit your fault. Send him a signal. Do me one favor. Run with it.
I'm so sorry. I just don't remember. Really, I'm sorry.
Close enough.
Ah, we get it already! Just turn it off! We're gonna go blind!
You don't remember? What does that even mean?
Well, Shuichi, trying to make a fool out of me, huh?
No, you're perfectly capable of doing that yourself.
Let me put on some makeup, cause I want to at least look pretty before you decide to fuck me!
At least I know it'd be the easiest fuck in the world.
That's
Shuichi, I'm so sorry.
Damn, that is seriously bright!
Wouldn't the light have shined through the gaps of the floorboard if it had been this bright?
Thank you, Maki.
yes. The culprit couldn't have used a light under the floor. Not even Kibo.
Oh, they couldn't have?
We were there after all. We would know. There was a hole near the corner of the room we were in, remember? If someone had a light under the floor, it would have leaked through.
But when we did the seance, I'm pretty sure the room was pitch black.
That's right. We didn't see anything, so the culprit couldn't have used a light.
And just because I have a built-in flashlight function does not mean I am the culprit. I see. That was a flaw in my theory. Geez, here I thought this would be the case where the murder could only be done by a robot. You have accused me of being the culprit more than once now, simply because I am a robot. My status as a robot does not mean I am capable of performing superhuman feats. My vision is somewhat poor, and I only possess average physical strength and intelligence.
Kibo, please stop. You're making yourself sound worse.
All right. You made your point. God, now I feel sort of bad for you.
Kokichi, you're actually right in this situation. I feel bad for Kibo.
I neither want nor need your pity.
Enough with the flashlight! It's way too bright!
It would have been difficult to move around under the floor in that pitch-black darkness. Maybe the floor and the hole have nothing to do with this case.
Then why was floorboard under Tenko lined up funny? Going to think that was so culprit could stab Tenko from underfloor.
Ooh, nice observation, Gonta. Are you finally getting used to the class trials?
Uh-huh. Thank you.
Gonta's such a sweet boy.
Don't say it like that. You're better off not being used to this kind of stuff.
Maybe they marked Tenko with glowing paint and looked for that.
Tsumugi? Are you a time traveler? Were you secretly at Jabberwock Island and I just never noticed?
That'd let the culprit find her. Then they could stab her through the floorboards.
With a skewer. Just imagine.
Boy, that sounds really familiar too. But I'm just gonna ignore it.
Ah, the meta!
The corpse didn't have any trace of glowing paint, though.
Oh, yeah. So then why was that floorboard loose?
The loose floorboard was the one under Tenko, right? If the culprit used it while she was still alive, she'd totally notice.
Who fucking cares? Fussing over that won't get us closer to the culprit!
We shouldn't dismiss this line of inquiry, however. Instead of butting our heads against this, how about we concentrate on another issue?
What other issue?
Perhaps first, we should figure out how and when exactly Tenko was killed.
When? So not during Seance?
Tenko was in the metal cage for the whole seance, wasn't she? How could someone have gotten to her there?
That's the tricky part. There's a small gap in which she died. Maybe we can find some other details?
Maybe the culprit killed her before she went under the metal cage.
No, because she actually spoke while underneath the cage.
That's not possible. She was alive at that point.
And she responded, "I will not say a word until the seance is over."
Yes, she was unmistakably alive when the seance began.
That was right before we blew out the candles. But when the light came back...
The floorboard was removed at that point, so it's likely she was already dead then.
So she was killed when the room was dark?
But she was inside cage, right? Going to think it impossible to kill her then.
Then she wasn't killed when the room was dark. It was a different time.
A different time?
How the fuck should I know? You figure it out, shitheads.
You're the one that brought it up, cum dumpster.
Huh? Since Gonta said it was impossible, I'm proposing an alternate theory. Now hurry up and think! If you want to make my golden brain tingle, start circle jerking your limp dick brains!
Yes, mistress. Here we go.
When Tenko got killed, it wasn't during the seance.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time, and she was dead when the cage was lifted.
What about moment cage was lifted?
Like that.
When cage lifted, culprit stabbed Tenko real fast. So fast, no one saw.
Oh my!
So who lifted the cage?
It was me.
Then obviously Himiko is the culprit!
There's no down!
Okay, I got distracted that whole time. It was Mew doing something. It was probably getting off on being absolutely wrong. And I love the fact that she brings up something, and then every time she's proven wrong, she's like, oh yeah, hurt me more, daddy. Yeah, we can't have that. She was under the cage the whole time. That part I agree with. There was a statement, I think Gonta actually said it.
What about
Something about, the moment the cage was lifted, that's impossible! There we go.
That's wrong!